Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, I hope you subscribe, share my video if you can. Help this 70-year-old gardener who's been doing this for about 40 years, since 2015 on YouTube, reach a lot of people. This is a pearl from Lady Cheryl. Yesterday, I noticed little rice-sized poop on this eggplant plant. That's hard to say, eggplant plant. Anyway, I washed them off. And the first thing that came to my mind was hornworm poop. So I carefully analyzed, like I do all the time while I'm watering. You hear water in the background. I carefully analyzed my plants, and then I noticed some over here. You see this chewed up? And then I went over and I looked under the shade cloth, and I looked at all my plants that are tomatoes for the fall to make sure that it wasn't anything eating them. Okay, so why would droppings that look like hornworm be on this leaf and here and here and not my tomato plants, right? Well, I'm pleased to tell you that the droppings that I found over here as well came from this. Don't want to touch it. I got a piece of okra in my hand, so I'm going to take my little sandal off and I'm going to turn it over. Look at that humongous grasshopper. They don't bite. I grabbed it and stomped it. And he went on to grasshopper heaven. But I will tell you this. If you see one, don't be afraid. I grew up in a house with 5 brothers that tortured me with worms, little insects. They used to torture me and my baby sister. And I used to couldn't stand to touch anything, but I can now. When you start messing with Lady Cheryl's crop, and I know I'm talking like I'm third person, but I can't help it. You start messing with me, I'm going to destroy it. So that, guys, is a big mamma jamma grasshopper. And I'm going to get a leaf or tissue or something, pick it up and put it in the trash. Now, I misspoke when I said grasshoppers don't bite. What I should have said is they don't usually bite unless they mistake human skin for plant skin. But if they feel threatened, they can bite, but that bite won't do any harm. They have what is called mandibles in their body and their jaws, and that allows them to chew, so they can bite you, but that bite wouldn't be harmful. It won't contain any venom, and you can usually recover from it very fast. However, I will say this: I have never been bitten by grabbing a grasshopper, so don't be afraid. And let me share the neighboring garden. It's loaded with trees. And one day when I was sitting on the patio, I thought I saw something jump. I didn't know what it was. And apparently it was the grass. This morning, guys, I am sitting on my garden bench, and I've got my shears in my hand. And you can see that the beans are doing really well in this pot, as well as the sweet potatoes. They are vining out really nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut some of the vines off, and I'm just going to put a little jar right down here and let them root outside. This time of year, I can root them faster outside than I can inside. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go through the whole procedure because I have to leave in a few minutes for a doctor's appointment, but I'll share with you later in this video. I'm going to cut some of these back. I'm going to stick them in a bottle, and as soon as they have just about a week's worth of roots, I'm going to put them in soil. Guys, it's early in the morning, and I took the shade cloth off of my garden because the temperature dropped to 81 degrees with rain. As you can see, I've got a lot of peppers over here on this plant. Turning burgundy, so I'm gonna let them stay. The okra is looking good. I can harvest a little. I'm under an umbrella. That's all I see right now. I thought it would be a good idea to just you know, let them get some fresh air. So we have a lot of peppers over here. Nothing right, so I'm not going to pick them. Pear garden is looking really well. Roses look like it's gotten too much water and too much heat. And then over here we've got eggplant that has been eaten up with the grasshoppers, but I'm checking on it. We got okra over here. We're getting okra every day. I showed you the peppers over there, and more cucumbers are coming up. And we have more peppers right in this area and here. And it's hard to keep this stuff alive, guys, until the weather cools off. Over here we've got eggplant, we've been harvesting it. We've got okra right here. Let me see if I can put my finger there. And okra over there, and okra over here. And I was able to root some of the sweet potato vines, and I put them into containers. And that's the basil all in there in those smaller pots that I harvested. It's still continuing to grow. But this time of year, I don't get a lot of food because it's just too hot. And a lot of people give up, but I don't. Those are my tomatoes for the fall, looking excellent. They look really good. They're growing. And there are more beans over here. And then in that corner and in that tower, I've got sweet potatoes and marigolds. And right here in this bed here, I have perpetual spinach and marigolds. And of course, we got a lot of sweet potatoes here. Over there, we got habanero peppers, 2 of them. They're doing real good. And with Swiss chard is growing up next to it. Okay, guys, you see all these beautiful sweet potato slips growing here? I'm going to trim off some more and root them in water right inside. I'll just put a container down here. And I'm going to show you the first ones that I rooted. I put over here in my green stalks. 1, 2, 3. So these have taken root. So I'm going to trim off some more here and put them in water. And about 3 or 4 days. As long as it has one healthy white root, you can transplant them. But if you want to be on the safe side, make sure that it has more roots. We just cut 2 more vines off, actually 3, right? Mm-hmm. And see if we can get one around there, Brian. We're gonna cut it right there. You can see here that I put the tumbler down into the soil so the wind won't knock it over. I put my roots in with some rainwater, and they'll just simply root outside. This way, the vines will root faster in the heat than it does inside of your home. If you're wondering why I continue to start sweet potatoes in July and August, that is because you have 85 to 120 days for a sweet potato to fully develop. And we have that many days and more before we get the first freeze or frost, because you know sweet potatoes can't handle a temperature below 32 degrees. So I'm going to continue to root these vines until about the end of July, middle of August, because I still will have the middle of August, September, October, November. And if you multiply those 4 months times 3, that'll give me at least 120 days. So I can actually keep rooting slips up until the middle of August. Okay, I hope I just cleared up something. This is my perpetual spinach, which is a form of Swiss chard, and my marigold garden bed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the shade cloth. I'm going to remove these tomato cages, and I'm going to put insect netting on it because you can already see little damage. Right over here we have a cluster of seeds that germinate together. So I'm going to just scoop it out. See that right there? And I'm going to put it over here where there's not a lot. Did you get that, Brian?
Yes.
Press down. And I'm just going to take, these are 2 together, I'm just going to take, that's 1 big, that's 2. then take this one, put it right here. And there's a spot right here I could put one. I'll take one of these, put it right there. Get my hands, Brian. So people won't be afraid to do this. Because they think that when they thin out, they think all they have to do is just pluck one out. I want them to know you don't have to really thin. You can just remove one and put it where you want it to be. I'm going to put this one right here. And it's like 2 of them close to here. You see that? Shake it loose. Put one right here. One right here. And then we got 3 over here. I could take the whole 3 of these out. Okay? And I'll put one right here. One right there. It's kind of close, but it'll be okay. Got 2 more. Put one right here. And we're going to move the owl because we don't need it. You're going to stop that. We're standing right here. So now he's going to go get some new soil and fill this up so it can level off, and then I'll plant these seedlings right over here. I had to do a voiceover on this part because the city was working on the street in front of the house. Right here I'm showing you how easy it is to just prick out a few seedlings and place them where you would like for them to be. Don't be afraid to do it. It took me years to learn to do this, and I just want to help other people and share this information so that, you know, if you see me do it, you can do it too. It's very, very easy. Just try not to disturb the roots too much, and you'll be fine. We applied the netting as tight as we can get it, and that should take care of it. That would take us all the way through the winter. We got a lot of work done, guys. As you can see, we're allowing our plants to air out and get some sun, and I'll go closer down on the other end to show you, but I wanted you to see right here. We planted tiny Tim tomatoes and sweet basil over here. And we've got, let me back out. We've got 3 containers of cantaloupe. We started on the other one the other day. A couple of the seeds have come up. And we took the shade cloth and just wrapped it around and got it off the lawn because we know that the lawn service is going to come. And yeah, we got a lot of work done. Let this breathe. Basil where I cut it back. Beans are doing good. I got something eating up over here. Okra. I think it was a grasshopper. And we got more Japanese eggplant coming in over here. I planted tiny Tim tomatoes over here. My favorite green, which is mustard spinach. I apologize for the interruption. My battery went dead and I had to charge it up a little bit. But I want to show you, in spite of all the rain we had and the hot temperatures, it doesn't look too bad out here. We did a lot of work. I'm going to put the forecast for the next, I believe, 4 or 5 days so that you know it's going to be cooler than it normally is this time of year. I'm going to insert that right now. And so as long as we can keep those temperatures below 93, I'll leave the shade cloth off. But I kept it in place. Some of it is hidden behind the containers. And that way it'll be very easy for me to just pop it back on. Okay. I hope I shared something in this video that you can use. The main thing I want to stress to you is, guys, don't give up. Whatever your zone is, you're going to have challenges. And you can't estimate how things are going to go. For example, what I mean by that, Usually in July, we have triple digit temperatures. We haven't had that long triple digit temperatures, and now it's going to be below our normal temperatures. So you have to be prepared or ready for anything. Guys, it is Thursday, July 25th, and I want you to see how cool the temperature is going to be. Now, in some areas, you may consider 85 to 87 degrees hot, but not here in North Texas. That's my grandbaby Bria, and we're just going to show you a little overview of the garden and just let you see how everything is progressing. I'm going to move a little slow. I'll just let this be some bonus footage. Step over here, sweetie, so I can get the plants. Apple tree, plum tree, and I'm gonna show you something on that plum tree. Some of the leaves are getting yellow because of too much rain. The same thing with the apple tree over there. But we just came out to check everything. All I did was put a little water. Where, Bria? Where did I put water?
On the baskets.
On the baskets and the containers that we just put seeds in yesterday. Take care, everybody. You know that I love you. God loves you too. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye now.